So when I say the cast of The Office, I mean the fact of there was not one weak link in that show.
No, not at all.
And I remember when I was going through the show with you, when I was going through the show with you, and I told you, I said, while there are main characters, plural, that you always see after a while, like everybody like kind of has like a character base and like builds up and you get to know everybody by the end. So it's not like anybody was a quote real star of the show, but there were a few that were on camera more. So what I'm saying is that, yeah, the whole cast was just fucking solid. But John Krasinski and Rainn Wilson, I think if I had to choose, I might say John, only because I know that he's done a little less than I think Rainn Wilson, but with him doing A Quiet Place.
Oh, God.
Not only writing it, but being in it. And again, how he acted in a very serious, very different role.
Yeah.
Not even just serious, but fucking no dialogue, basically.
Well, especially within the first 5 minutes of that film, you understand the movie you are getting into.
Yeah.
And it's just, if you've not seen the movie, I highly suggest you watch it. I don't want to spoil that for anybody, but like, it's that whole idea that it's like nobody is safe.
Correct.
And it's the fact that all this stuff is happening. Like, I think that's what I was so impressed by with his writing, was the fact that it's like, no, like, unfortunately, sometimes things happen.
Yeah.
And it's such a wild concept, but it's also the easiest concept, which is be quiet. Do not make a sound. And it's just, oh my God, it's such a terrifying movie. But it's a terrifyingly great movie.
So yes, that is the thing I also wanted to touch on too. Apparently I heard that he was making a story for his kids and was like trying to write a movie or a script or whatever. And he like doesn't really like horror movies. And somehow, some way, he said it like flipped over to like this thing that like it became.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, dude, this guy's a genius.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is a fucking genius. Not only is he super funny and very relatable, and just like I said, the whole cast did the same thing, but like you feel like these people are real fucking people on the show.
Yes.
That's hard to do. It really is. You think when you walk on the street, when you see John Krasinski, it's going to be Jim and Pam.
Yeah.
It's not. Jenna Fisher's at home with her actual husband, like with her family, whatever. But it dupes you. And the fact that he did this while being that person, or like, I'm saying like after he was, that character, but like to be able to do that is real talent. Yeah. And the fact that not only did he write it, but he was in it as well. Rainn Wilson is very solid, but I feel like Rainn Wilson, again, kind of just always does a Rainn Wilson thing.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
Right. Again, if you're going to hire Rainn Wilson for your work, it would not shock me if he was just a different version of Dwight, that he doesn't just talk about beats. Like, I hate to say it like that, because like even the movie The Rocker, like it's or I think it's what it's called, where he's the drummer.
The Rocker.
Oh my God, like that is just it is a fun, solid movie.
It is,
and it's one of those, again, like it's kind of one of those throwaways where it's like, no, they probably made it for a cheap amount. The majority of it went to costume and some stunt work, and it's just. But again, it's like, you're going to have a good time, and I think that choosing John out of the two of them is, I would say that's a solid choice. Because he's just great.
Have you ever seen the movie 13 Hours?
I've not. I know the couple of scenes where like with the whole arm thing.
Yeah. Yes. Stop fucking touching it. It's like hanging.
Because even like, what is it like when they start coming through, that he just wraps it up, grabs the gun, and just keeps going. Like it just, that is
a fucking gangster. That's a man. That's a fucking man. You shitting me?
Dude,
Jesus Christ.
I stubbed my toe and I have problems. Okay. So like,
but yeah, so he was in that. And then like, what is it? Jack Reacher, I believe, like that was the show or whatever it was. Like, dude, John Krasinski is a solid actor. And I think that, him having this successful career on this show first, it was almost one of those, like, he probably thought, oh my God, this is all I'm ever going to do.
Sure. Yeah.
And not that he can't live off of The Office money, but it's like, well, you want to do other things now. Why wouldn't you? And I don't know, like, I know that everybody probably would have gone with Steve Carell in that aspect because of what he does, but I'm sorry, man, John Krasinski and Rainn Wilson, they took it for me.
Well, I think especially too, like, I mean, John just as a person, because I remember even, like, well, as you know, when COVID was happening, and they were like, you know what, let's talk about some good news. Like, what are some good things that have happened? Where it's like he's always focusing on positivity, like. You can tell that him and Emily Blunt are just absolutely in love with each other. Like,
yeah, dude, he married Mary Poppins, dude.
Yeah, right. He's the happiest person. Well, for him, but it's like it's just nuts, dude. Like, it's just. I love even the way that I can't remember who it was, but he said that he went somewhere to meet up with her. And there was like security or the front desk or something. And he's like, yeah, I'm here to see Emily. And the guy was like, well, who are you? How are you related? And he's like, I'm married to her. And he just looked at her and looked at him and went, you?
Yeah.
He's like, wow, thanks, man. Appreciate it. But it's like that stuff it's relatable. Like, he's just a cool dude in general, and you can tell that he does enjoy what he does.
Absolutely.
Because you can tell that there's some people that act just for a paycheck, you know. Now I would also say that there are actors that just do paycheck films. I mean, even Michael Caine, he did Jaws: The Revenge to buy a house. So like, so it's things like that. But I mean, there's not a hint of that in him. He's just like John Krasinski loves what he does. Yeah.